Title: After the Storm. Sister Wives star breaks silence with heartwarming family update after a tough week. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into all the drama, heartbreak, and heartwarming moments from your favorite reality TV families. And today we have a story that is hitting fans right in the feels. Because after what can only be described as an incredibly tough and emotional week, one of the stars of Sister Wives has finally stepped forward. Not with more drama, not with more tension, but with something fans weren't expecting. A message of hope and a message of healing, and most importantly, a glimpse into a family trying to find its way forward. So buckle up, because this story has everything: pain, resilience, and a powerful reminder that even in the middle of chaos, family still matters. The week that shook everything. Now, if you've been following the Sister Wives universe, you already know this family has been through a lot. From fractured relationships to emotional confessions and shifting dynamics, it feels like every week brings a new revelation. But this past week, it was different. Fans noticed something was off. Social media went quiet. Posts that normally shared everyday moments suddenly stopped. And when updates did come, they felt heavy. There was an unspoken understanding among viewers. Something serious had happened behind the scenes. And while details were scarce, the emotional weight was undeniable. This wasn't just another disagreement or family spat. This was something deeper. Breaking the silence. Then, just when fans were starting to worry, the silence broke. In a heartfelt update that immediately spread across fan pages and forums, the star finally addressed the situation. But instead of diving into the drama or pointing fingers, the message took a completely different tone. It was that it was vulnerable, and it was filled with gratitude. They acknowledged the tough week, admitting it had been emotionally draining, not just for them, but for the entire family. And yet, instead of focusing on what went wrong, they chose to highlight what still remains. Family. A shift fans didn't expect. Let's be real for a second. Sister Wives fans are used to tension. We've seen arguments, emotional breakdowns, and relationships pushed to their limits. So when a cast member speaks out, it's usually to clarify drama or respond to controversy. But this time it was different. There was no blame, and cryptic shade, and subtle digs at other family members. Instead, the message centered on something simple but powerful: togetherness. They talked about spending time with loved ones, leaning on each other, and finding comfort in small, everyday moments. And honestly, fans were not prepared for that level of wholesomeness. The power of small moments. One of the most touching parts of the update was the focus on the little things. You know, the moments that don't make headlines, but mean everything when life gets hard. Simple family dinners, laughter echoing through the house, quiet conversations that last long into the night. These weren't grand gestures or dramatic reunions. They were real, they were grounded, and they reminded fans that behind the cameras and the chaos, this is still a family trying to hold on to each other. Fans react. This is what we needed. Almost immediately, the response from fans poured in. Comments flooded social media, with many expressing relief and emotional support. Some said they were tearing up reading the update. Others admitted they had been worried and felt reassured seeing a more positive message. And a lot of fans shared the same sentiment. This is what we needed to see. Because let's be honest, after so much conflict, people were craving something different. Not more drama, not more division, but healing. A family that's been through it all. To truly understand why this update hits so hard, you have to look at the bigger picture. This is a family that has been living their lives in the public eye for years. Every disagreement, filmed. Every emotional moment, analyzed. Every decision, debated by millions. And over time, that kind of pressure can take a toll. We've seen relationships change. We've seen bonds tested. We've seen moments where it felt like everything might fall apart. So when a member of this family comes forward, not with conflict but with connection, it carries a different kind of weight. Behind the scenes, what we don't see. Here's the thing that often gets lost in reality TV. We see edited moments, we see storylines, we see highlights and lowlights packaged for entertainment. But we don't see everything. We don't see the quiet apologies, the off-camera conversations, the moments of forgiveness that don't make the final cut. And this update, it felt like a glimpse into that unseen side. A reminder that even when things look broken from the outside, there can still be healing happening behind closed doors. Choosing love over drama. One of the most powerful takeaways from this entire situation is the choice that was made. Because let's be honest, it would have been easy to lean into the drama. To call someone out, to share their side of the story, to turn a tough week into a public showdown. But instead, they chose love. They chose to highlight the good. They chose to focus on family. They chose to move forward rather than dwell on what went wrong. And in today's world, especially in reality TV, that's not something we see every day. What this means for the future. So, what does this heartwarming update actually mean for the future of the family? Well, that's the big question. Is this a turning point, a moment of healing that could bring people closer together? Or is it simply a brief pause in the ongoing tension? Right now, it's hard to say. But what we do know is this. There's still a desire to stay connected. There's still love within this family. And there's still hope. And sometimes that's enough. The emotional impact on fans. Let's take a moment to talk about the fans. Because if you've been following this story, you know, it's not just entertainment. People are emotionally invested in this family. They've watched them grow. They've rooted for them. They've felt the highs and lows right alongside them. So when something like this happens, a shift from pain to positivity, it doesn't just affect the cast. It affects everyone watching. And for many fans, this update felt like a breath of fresh air. A reminder that even in the middle of hardship, things can get better. A message bigger than reality TV. At its core, this story goes beyond sister wives. It's about something universal. Family, conflict, forgiveness, and the choice to keep going, even when things feel overwhelming. Because let's face it, we've all had tough weeks. We've all had moments where things felt heavy, where relationships were strained, where we didn't know how to move forward. And seeing someone else navigate that and come out with a message of hope can be incredibly powerful. Final thoughts. Hope after the storm. As we wrap this up, one thing is clear. This wasn't just another update. It was a moment. A moment of honesty, a moment of connection, a moment that reminded fans why they fell in love with this show in the first place. Not for the drama, not for the chaos, but for the humanity. For the real, messy, complicated, beautiful experience of being part of a family. What do you think? Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this update signals a real turning point for the family? Or is it just a temporary calm before more drama unfolds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because you know this conversation is just getting started. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates from the world of